Hey, what is up, you guys? My name is Hydra, and we're going to be talking about Ardan, the hero of the Halcyon Fold. So, over here, we show you Ardan's lore and how he came to the Halcyon Fold and what he had to do. So, here's Catherine. So, Catherine basically told him to come over to the Halcyon Fold, of course, and she called Ardan to help, well, basically to help in the Halcyon Fold, and then she sent a letter, basically. So, well, that was a bit of why he came into the Halcyon fold, and we're gonna be talking about the four heroes: Fortress, Catherine, Finn, and Arden. But I will be doing the other three in a completely separate video. And you guys know, you guys hate people who leave the match, and you hate seeing this on your screen. Ally has deserted the match. And then you will say the following.
I don't want to talk about it.
When someone asks you, how did the game go? And this is the ability Vanguard. And Vanguard is right here shown, and it's very, very good on Arden. This is the ability Blood for Blood. Basically punches the opponent and does pretty good damage. And now this is the Gauntlet. What makes Arden special. Very, very special. So you're gonna avoid moping like this when you lose. And look at that tier 2 Arden. Well, look at this little clip over here.
Ivy do. I just said.
Stop moping. Okay, so we're gonna be talking about Vanguard, Blood for Blood, and Gauntlet. So Vanguard, Arden dashes to his ally, damaging and slowing nearby enemies while granting the target a burst of move speed and a 3-second barrier that scales with 50% of Arden's bonus health. So for example, if Arden is super tanky, it will take 50% of Arden's health, and then, for example, Ringo, he shoots his ultimate, and Arden is super tanky. Probably has maybe a crucible up. So you shield that other person, and then that saves them from near death, basically. Because it's basically a shield, of course. And then when you're using it on yourself or another ally, you can basically jump from one place to another if an ally is far away and you're getting chased. So when you use Vanguard and then you're right close to them, it slows them for a little amount of time, and when it slows, you can just get out of there basically. So that's all I have to say for Vanguard. So let's talk about Blood for Blood. Blood for Blood is basically when you have 100% vengeance, you can use this move. So every time you hit with a basic attack, it will charge up, and it's very effective if you have a tension bow on you, and then you can do the combo Blood for Blood, Vanguard, and then finish up your enemy. And that is very important. So that, yeah, that is very important if you use that combo, because in my experiences that was really, really good and it helped me a lot. So let's talk about Gauntlet, the most important thing of Arden. Well, not really. Well, it makes him special, I should say. So Arden throws down the Gauntlet, projecting a perimeter around the target area, gaining full vengeance. So when you use it, it is like a shield all over the ground, and then when the enemy tries to go past the Gauntlet, it will take damage. Well, crystal damage actually. So and then you can slow it, do the combo Blood for Blood Vanguard, and then that hero is basically done unless they have a crucible and they block it. So Gauntlet, it saves you. It not saves. It saves you sometimes, but when you use Gauntlet, you can survive. Guarantee that you could most of the time kill the other opponent pretty fast, because whenever the other two enemies, or whenever one enemy from the other side is gonna run to your rescue, it's gonna be stunned by the Gauntlet when it runs to the other enemy. So then they will get stunned, and then their team is down. Their other teammate is down. So what I recommend you to do is, if you see a laner and then you run over to the lane, and then recommend you to use Vanguard and then Gauntlet, and get really close to him, like 1 foot away from him, and then use Gauntlet. Make sure you have allies near you because that person could probably wreck you unless you have weapon power or crystal power or well many anything that could increase your damage. That is very very important to have your allies near you, and of course your allies will not take damage. And when Ardan leaves the perimeter or around the gauntlet is destroyed. So let's talk about some builds. So the build I show you here is a pretty good build. So for example, you use Warhorn to boost your friends and allies to another location as fast as you can. It's kind of like a journey boots using that, and then it helps the whole team because it boosts yours and the other two teammates if they're nearby you. And Fountain is very important as well because it can heal the other opponents. And we have Shiver Steel. It can slow your opponent. So that's very important as well. And we have Agus. So this is the main part. Agus or Metal Jacket. So if the person is building weapon power, of course, build Metal Jacket. And if another person is building crystal power, you bring Agus. It's very important. I would recommend you guys to do that. So if you guys aren't really a tension bow user, you can put a journey boots in there. Or take off the Shiver Steel and put in journey boots. That could work as well. I just like using this build a lot at late game because, well, basically if you throw down a gauntlet, Ardan is just a major killer. And then, if you do want tension bow, it does work. It does work, and it helps. Remember what I said about the Vanguard and Blood for Blood combo? That really helps, because when you slow the opponent, then you hit it with Blood for Blood, and then it will have pretty much, well, if it's a laner, it will have pretty much good damage in, and other supporters will not have damage, so your team gets more of an advantage, basically. So that helps a lot. So let's turn to our other build. And we have Warhorn, Fountain, Shiver Steel, Agus, Tension Bow, and Breaking Point. Breaking Point is just a monster. You can take out Tension Bow, put in Breaking Point, and then Journey Boots if you want. So basically, if you slow the opponent with Vanguard and then hit the other opponent like crazy, it will do massive amounts of damage over time. But if you put a Shiver Steel, this is a good combo. So what you do is Vanguard it, and then do Shiver Steel, which slows the opponent, then do Blood for Blood, and then keep spamming your basic attacks. Then when you spam your basic attacks, it will stack over and over again. Every time it stacks, your power will get bigger and bigger, and you have more attack speed. That is just beautiful. Quite honestly, having attack speed on an Ardan is very nice and very good. I recommend you to do this build as well. If you do not choose, do what I just said earlier, which is Warhorn, Fountain, Shiver Steel, Agus, and if you want boots, just put in Journey Boots and remove the Tension Bow and put in the Breaking Point, or either or. You could use Tension Bow or Breaking Point, whatever is your whatever you would like to do. It doesn't really matter which one though. But if you really want to go weapon power, you should put in a Sorrow Blade. If you are weapon power Ardan going in the jungle, I've seen some lane Ardans do that as well. It's very important to have nice defense on an Ardan, because you can tank and then still do a lot of damage on weapon power Ardan, or should I say weapon power tank Ardan. So this is the last build I would like to recommend you. Warhorn, Fountain, Shiver Steel, Tension Bow, Metal Jacket, and Breaking Point. Well, like the other builds before, if the same people like Ringo and Taka, they're building weapon power, make a metal jacket. But if you do not want to take crystal damage, put in an Aegis and remove the Shiver Steel if you wish. That's what if they have if you really do not want to take damage and still put out some damage from breaking point. That is also an option. You know, if you put in Warhorn, of course, it saves you. So what I recommend you, if you do not like Warhorn, put in a contraption. It helps as well because you can flare gun everything and then you can find the enemy. Also, what another tip, my personal tip with Ardan, I know other people do this too, but put a scout trap. Put a scout trap everywhere, especially near the kraken and in bushes. So I would like to thank you guys for watching my video, and I sincerely, this is my first video of this channel. I've made plenty of other videos. So if you would like to see other guides of Ardan or Catherine or any other hero like that, be sure to subscribe. Subscribing helps me see how we're doing, and be sure to share this with your friends and leave a rating, leave a like rating or a dislike rating. I want to see how I'm doing with my videos, and be sure to do your well in Vainglory. Quite honestly, this is what I'm making this video for. Do well in Vainglory. And thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you very much, and goodbye.